More stakeholders console Women Affairs Commissioner Obinabo on death of father. Central Bank of Nigeria takes sensitization on new naira notes to more markets. China commends Nigeria for intensifying surveillance on COVID-19. Burkina Faso's military government gives French troops 1 month to leave country. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. You're welcome to the news. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has condoled the family and the people of Ufume over the death of late Mr. Sylvester Asiebu, the father of the State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ifi Obinabo. Late Mr. Asiebu, a native of Umogem Village, Ufume, in Oromba North local government area, died at the age of 91. Correspondent Emmanuel Chiwata completes the report.
The burial ceremony of the deceased attracted dignitaries from all walks of life, including functionaries of Anambra State government and over 36 Catholic priests and other religions. In his message, Governor Soludo, represented by his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, expressed the sympathy of the government and the people of the state to the bereaved family, adding that it hurts to lose someone, but noted that it is a price everyone must pay. He urged them to continue to sustain the peace and legacies left by their late father. The secretary to the state government, Professor Solo Chukwulobelo, Commissioner for Special Duties, Barrister Sly Ezokenwa, the Deputy Majority Leader of Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Emeka Afoka, Vice President Ohaneze Ndi Igbo Worldwide, Chief Damian Okeke Ogene, and wife of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Mrs. Ifeoma Ekwueme, equally commiserated with the family and urged them not to weep as people who have lost all hope.
The good thing about family is that even when parents leave, even when parents are dead and gone, they still live in the hearts of the children. And I'm sure the same thing will happen here. So even though her father is gone, it will still be in their consciousness and their mind. And it's important that they live the good life and the good steps he's left for them.
They shouldn't mourn. According to the Bible, it said we shouldn't mourn like those that has no consolation. We should mourn like people who have faith in the resurrection, because surely we will still meet to part no more.
Speaking in a homily during the funeral mass for the deceased, officiated by Very Reverend Father Jude Onebunne, assisted by numerous other Catholic priests at Umuogem Primary School, Ufuma. Very Reverend Father Longinus Ebuonu said that man must reap whatever he sows, and urged the congregation and sympathizers to keep doing good and depart from evil, even as he urged the family of the bereaved to emulate and hold onto the legacies of their late father. While appreciating everyone for sympathizing with them, Mrs. Obinabo and her sister, Mrs. Blessing Nweke, described their father as a truthful and quintessential gentleman whose human nature and unassuming mien was worthy of emulation, praying God to grant his soul eternal rest in his bosom.
I've been praying till today that God should rest his soul. And all the people that came, from the day my dad died, I started praying that anybody that will come and commiserate with us will come peacefully and go peacefully.
Different age groups, friends and well-wishers took turns to pay their condolences. Emmanuel Shibata for ABS News.
Anambra State government has commenced inspection of private hospitals of the state. The exercise, which kicked off in Oka, took the team led by the head of medical services in the ministry, Dr. Ugochukwu Lobelu, to various medical facilities within the city. Health correspondent Chibuzo Okoye filed in this report.
Speaking to the ABS shortly after the exercise, Dr. Chubulobele said that the exercise is very critical to the Anambra State government as the administration of Governor Chukwuma Soludo is determined to give the Anambra an affordable and efficient healthcare system devoid of quackery and unwholesome attitudes. Dr. Chubulobele explained that the ministry found out that there are a lot of gaps in the system, and the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afabo Bidike, mandated them to move across the state to identify hospitals that are operating below standards, those operating with quack medical personnel, as well as medical facilities sited at an unhygienic places for immediate actions to be taken. He said that they do not give the medical facilities notice of their visits in order to meet them in the way and manner they used to operate, and assured that they will continue the exercise until all the medical facilities in the state are sanitized. Dr. Chubulobele pointed out that government-owned medical facilities are not left out, as the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Obidike, and his team has been monitoring their services since he assumed office, which led to their improvement, coupled with the employment of over 300 medical personnel recently by the Anambra State government to fill the gaps noticed in the government medical facilities. He regretted that they temporarily closed King David Specialist Hospital, 6th Avenue off Ichide Street, Oka, because they are not registered with the Ministry of Health. Lack of medical personnel, standard medical facilities, dirtiness of the environment, among others, and said that if the hospital improves within the time frame given to them, it will be reopened, but if not, it will be permanently closed to serve as a deterrent to others.
We found out that there are a lot of gaps. People are operating below standards, and we don't want our people to die because of carelessness. And that precipitated that we needed to go around to make sure that people are conforming to the best practices that will at least save lives in the state. We don't even give notice because we want to meet them the way they are. We want to see how they are practicing that medicine. Where there are improvements, we tell them to do it. But once we see gap, that there is obvious quackery, we cannot tolerate that.
In Oka, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The Knights of St. John International Commandery 434 and Ladies Auxiliary 363 St. Patrick's Cathedral, Oka, have sought collaboration with Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, ahead of official reception for the Catholic Bishop of Igulobo Diocese, Peter Cardinal Ebele Obaleke. A committee for the event led by the President of Knights of St. John International of the Commandery, Sir Vincent Otiba, stated this when he led order members on a courtesy call to the Managing Director of the ABS, Sir Chido Obidegu, at the corporate headquarters of the establishment in Oka. Correspondent Blessing Uchendo reports.
The ABS boss, Sir Vincent, noted that the essence of their visit was to seek partnership and media support from the establishment ahead of the forthcoming reception of one of their spiritual directors, Cardinal Obaleke, which has been scheduled for the 28th of this month at St. Patrick's Cathedral, Oka. While congratulating Sir Chido on his appointment as the MD of ABS, Sir Vincent commended Governor Soludo for considering him competent and worthy of the position, assuring that he would do well.
We are here on a special function. That is the issue of the civic reception of Most Reverend Dr. Peter Ebelechukwu, Cardinal Obareke.
Responding, Sir Chido said that Governor Soludo believes strongly in ecumenism and assured the group of the support of the establishment, reminding them that the present administration is committed to carrying everyone along in transforming Anambra State into a prosperous and livable homeland. He also added that it is important for every Onyanambra to be proud of Cardinal Opaleke and equally show support to his pastoral missions.
Cardinal Peter Opaleke is our own.
Yes.
Is our own. This is, yes, we know that the papacy, appears to have taken him, but he belongs to, he's a source of pride. He's a gift to humanity. Yeah. So a number of us should be proud of this man. And then when Fabulana about him, we should all strive to be part of it. Yes. So we don't need to, waste, any energy to Professor Chukwumacha Soludo. He believes in ecumenism. Yes. Ecumenism is on unity of Christendom. Yes.
On ground to receive the group were members of the management of the establishment, while the president, Luas 363, Lady Josephine Okoli, secretary of the reception committee, Dr. Samuel Eze, among others, were among the guests. In Oka, Blessing Uchendo, ABS News.
Commercial banks in Oka has on the 20th of January 2023 commenced disbursement of new Naira notes at the various automated teller machines ATM. The director, Other Official Institutions Department, Central Bank of Nigeria, Oka branch, Mrs. Nkiri Asiebu, made this known during sensitization of traders at Bridgehead Central Market, Head Onitsha. Ngozi Obileri filed in this report.
According to Mrs. Asiebu, customers should also have access to the new Naira notes through point of sales agents of various banks starting from Wednesday last week. She said that the commercial banks have been given strict instructions to stop dispensing old Naira notes, as CBN is not reneging on its earlier announced 31st January being the deadline for submission of old Naira notes. Contributing, the senior supervisor, Other Financial Institutions Department, Mr. Chibike Obonna, urged the traders to ensure that they deposit all old Naira notes in their possession to their banks so that they do not have regrets by the deadline, which he said is sacrosanct. One of the traders, Ekwonu, who spoke at the event, complained that commercial banks have continued to dispense old Naira notes to customers, wondering how the deadline would be possible given the inability of the banks to dispense new Naira notes. While another trader, Mr. Nwabeze Igwe, suggested that phasing out of the old Naira note should be a gradual process instead of working with the deadline of 31st January, as according to him, CBN has been changing currencies, but they were implemented gradually. From the Bridgehead, Onitsha, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
The Chinese Consul General in Lagos, Chu Mameng, has commended the federal government for intensifying surveillance at its international airport and also for asking travelers coming into the country to fill health forms, in addition to checking their temperatures in response to the reemergence of COVID-19. Speaking to newsmen, the Consul General applauded Nigeria's intention to withhold the ban from travelers from China from entering the country, saying this gesture will be highly appreciated by Chinese investors who are expected to come into the country. He disclosed that China from January 8, 2023 began to downgrade its management of COVID-19, treating the infection as Class B infection rather than a more serious Class A infection. I think the people should worry about the situation because China is putting it under control. He revealed that China has made important contributions of the drug and vaccine research and development to countries around the world, aside from carrying out over 60 technical exchanges with the World Health Organization in the last 3 years. The ancient kingdom of Nobi in Idemili South, a local government area, went agog as she celebrates Ofala Festival. The event, which also featured the 15th year coronation anniversary, 6th Ofala Festival, and 84-year birthday of Igwe Injianik Obi, attracted people from all walks of life. Ifeoma Okibu, who was at Igwe's palace, Umudiokbala Awoda Nobi, venue of the event, reports that it was indeed a sight to behold. Her report.
The event, which coincided with New Year's celebration, began with a Pontifical Holy Mass celebrated by His Eminence Cardinal Francis Arinze at Madonna Catholic Church in Nnobi. In his New Year message, Cardinal Arinze wished every Nigerian joy and peace, emphasizing that the country will be what Nigerians want it to be, and advised the people to ensure justice, honesty and respect for every human being. The service featured thanksgiving by Igwe Nick Obi.
Every Nigerian should contribute with justice, peace, and good consideration for other people.
And the congregation at the reception ground, people who were in their large numbers were filled with expectations and enthusiasm as they are all looking forward to seeing their monarch after 2 years of COVID-19 pandemic. The Ndi chairs, Igwe cabinet, title holders, drawn from the 3 villages that made up the town, were all dressed in different attires. The traditional ruler of Nnobi, Igwe Obi, while breaking the kola nut presented to him, described this year's celebration as the best so far and prayed God for the unity and peaceful coexistence of Nnobi people. In his speech, the traditional ruler of Neni, Igwe Damian Ezani, felicitated with Igwe Nick Obi and prayed for progress, unity and love among the people of Nnobi, while thanking God for successful celebration. Contributing, Barrister Mrs. Clara Obi, the Igwe's wife, appreciated God for a successful triple celebration and called on the people of Nnobi to be of good behavior and remain focused and committed to achieve their goals in life. Speaking to the ABS later in an interview, the 2022 Ofala Festival Planning Committee Chairman, Chief Nonso Okafor, expressed joy at the success story of this year's Ofala Festival, saying it is time Nnobi pays homage to their king, while praying for unity, love and peace for the Nnobi. Chief Onyechi Ifezue, Dr. Mrs. Chioma Nwosu, among others, appreciated God for the colorful and tripartite celebration, saying that when the righteous is on the throne, the people rejoice.
Igwe is a very nice Igwe, there's no doubt about that. He's a person of respect and he believes so much in rule of law.
Others who spoke on the occasion include former Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Sir Emeka Sibudu, Chief Ebuka Okafor, Chief Ikenna Iyebu, Chief Chukwudi Nzelibe, among others, described Igwe Nick as a father to all, who valued the welfare of his subjects, praying Almighty God to protect and crown him with greater wisdom to lead the great people of Nnobi. High points of the event were crowning of 6 Ichies, presentation of special titles and awards to illustrious sons and daughters of Nnobi, various entertainment, cultural truths glamorize the event. From Nnobi, Ifeoma Okibo for ABS News.
Burkina Faso's military government has ordered French troops stationed in the West African country to leave within a month. The decision announced by the official agents de information de Burkina is the latest sign of deteriorating relations between France and its former colony since the second military coup in September of last year. The AIB said the military government on Wednesday suspended a 2018 military accord that allowed the presence of French troops in the country. There was no immediate comment from Paris. A source close to the Burkina Faso military told the AFP news agency that Ouagadougou was not severing relations with France and that the notification only concerns the military cooperation arrangements. France has some 400 special forces soldiers stationed in Burkina Faso, which is battling groups affiliated with Al-Qaeda and ISIL. In recent months, anti-French sentiment has spiked in the country amid perceptions that France's military presence has not improved the security situation. And now sports. Liberian President John Ware has come out in full support of Morocco's bid to host the 2025 African Cup of Nations after the hosting rights were withdrawn from Guinea over the lack of preparations. President Ware stated this position while reacting to false and misleading reports making rounds in some international media outlets that he was supporting the bid by Algeria to host the same tournament. He expressed his fullest and strong support for the Moroccan bid instead, which has further emphasized to the Moroccan government. Ware cited that he called the remarkable investment Morocco continues to put towards the development of football, which makes them deserve a chance to host the biggest Africa football fiesta. The former FIFA World Best Player said Morocco brought immense pride to Africa at the just-ended World Cup in Doha, Qatar, and as such, Africa must honor them with the right to host the 2025 Nations Cup. President Ware said he has begun campaigning for Morocco with football stakeholders around the continent. Remember that you can follow ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. More stakeholders have consoled Women Affairs Commissioner Obinabo on death of a father. Central Bank of Nigeria has taken sensitization on Naira note to no market. China has commended Nigeria for intensifying surveillance on COVID-19. And we also told you that Burkina Faso's military government is giving French troops 1 month to leave the country. Here's a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy, and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news at 7. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chidima Orangwa. Good morning.